What's up, investors? It's Trend Trader here. As you know, we were trying to hold a live session, but that was disrupted by the poor connectivity. So next time we will try to have this session early in the morning where we think that the internet is going to have a better connectivity compared to in the afternoon. We saw that we tried to stream, but whatever it is that we're trying to stream wasn't being loaded on YouTube, or it was loaded late. Some of the stuff that we wanted to share on the screen, it was loaded late. So I want to apologize for that. And then now to do an alternative recording, I actually wanted to have a live session with you so that I can be able to answer your questions, some of the questions that you might have, and also to be able to analyze the stocks that you are interested on rather than covering the stocks that I'm interested on. So we'll try to do it better next time. These things, they happen. It's beyond our control. Okay, we've got a couple of companies that I want us to look at. But before we look at the first company, I want us to first look at the price of gold, because it will set a stage for one of the companies that we'll be covering today. So for those of you who joined this channel last year and that have been active on the group that we used to have on Facebook, I used to speak a lot about a gold trade that I was tracking. So basically last year, I mean, since May 2019, I've been bullish on gold. As you can see, gold has been trading above the 200-day moving average for all that period until it lost some ground somewhere around September 2020, where it reached the high of 2,072 US dollars per ounce. That was the highest that it reached in 2020. Then it started to come back to retest the 50-day moving average before it consolidated on the side. In that consolidation period, there was a time where the support level was broken, only for gold to find support near the 200-day moving average. It then tried again. As you can see, it came back to the previous support, consolidated a bit before it attempted to break above this resistance level again. But then that move was not sustained. As you can see, that it quickly came back to this support level, of which it broke lower, then started to consolidate below that resistance level. And earlier this year in 2021, it just broke lower of the 200-day moving average. And from that period, I didn't have any gold position, either in gold CFD or gold stocks. So now gold, it started to form this double bottom, as you can see here. So when it formed this second bottom of this double bottom pattern, then I started to have my attention in gold once again. So what I was waiting to see, I was waiting for gold to come back and trade near the 200-day moving average. As you can see, it came back to the 200-day moving average. Let me remove all the other drawings. Okay, so it came back to this 200-day moving average, and then it started to form something that looks like a bullish pattern, a bullish flag. So once this bullish flag broke, then gold started to trade above the 200-day moving average once again. So on Twitter, we posted this trade to say that I will be trading gold as soon as it starts to trade above the 200-day moving average once again. And so far, we have taken that position. So we have a position on the gold CFD. As you can see, we have these levels that we are getting. So if gold comes back to trade below about 1,750 US dollars per ounce, then we'll exit that position. It will mean that the upward movement that we are looking to trade has failed. Otherwise, we're expecting gold to continue to trade higher. So the midterm target that we're looking at is 1,950. So we're expecting gold to come and trade to this level. Once it reaches that level, it's just going to break above this level and continue to reach this previous high of 2072. Otherwise, it can just break and then consolidate on the side After that consolidation, it can either break either way. It can break to continue to trade higher, or it can come back lower to retest wherever the 200-day moving average is going to be at that particular period. So now that you have an idea of why we are bullish on gold at this moment, then let's look at the stock that we want to buy, an individual stock. So here we have Harmony Gold. Same thing for those people that have been holding Harmony Gold. We saw that when it reached this level, initially this was the resistance level. Then it failed, it came back to trade lower. Then it came back to trade near these previous highs, of which it failed again, finding a support on this 200-day moving average. As the gold prices were still going higher, Harmony Gold also went high, reaching about 120 rand per share before crashing all the way down to near 50 rand per share. Between this crash, there were some consolidation. As you can see, there was a consolidation before the support broke, and then a bit of a consolidation near the 200-day moving average. So now what you see is that Harmony Gold is back above the 200-day moving average. As you can see, there was this initial attempt, it failed. It came back the second time, it failed as well, before it came back to consolidate between the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. So on Thursday, the stock first closed above the 200-day moving average. Then on Friday, it closed above the 200-day moving average again. But this time, it did that on a higher volume. So now, if a stock breaks above a certain resistance level and it does so on a higher volume, that gives the confidence that that move in that particular direction is sustained. There are enough buyers that are pushing the stock in that certain direction. So now the way that we are going to trade Harmony Gold, as you can see, it's already above this resistance level of about 7 rand, which is the same as this previous resistance level. So the first target that we are looking at is this 8 rand level. So the difference there is about 9 rand per share. We want to see Harmony Gold trading all the way up to 8 rand per share once again, and then we want to see it coming to these levels. So we can say the first target is going to be 8 rand per share, then 9 rand per share. We also expect it to come back to trade in the 100 rand per share. And ultimately, we want to see a Harmony Gold coming back to touch the previous high of 120 rand or so per share. So our stop loss is somewhere around 62 rand, 68 rand. So that's going to be a very high risk to reward trade that we are planning to take on this one. So we already have the gold position on the CFD, but now we just took this Harmony Gold trade. So we expect Harmony Gold to continue to trade higher. Because of what is happening there with Harmony Gold, there are also some other stocks in the mineral sector, not necessarily gold stocks, but as you can see, Anglo-American, we've been bullish of Anglo-American. We were first bullish when it broke above this resistance level, of which it went up, then came back. It nearly touched this previous support level or this resistance level, which now turned the support before going all the way up again, then coming back to retest this breakout level. And then it's been giving us a series of higher highs and higher lows. So now what we see on Anglo-American, we're watching at this level because this is where the stock has been finding a bit of resistance there. But also we saw that there was this trend line that it has been respecting, and also it has been respecting the 50-day moving average. So waiting for Anglo-American to break above this level. So now it's currently trading at around 660 rand per share. We still have a position there. If we can just zoom out a bit to see how far the stock has grown. So as you can see, the stock has just reached an all-time high. When it was trading near this previous high of about 370, we plotted this resistance level. We expected the stock to find a bit of a resistance there. And then when it broke out above this, we mentioned that, okay, now it's trading above this resistance level. Even though this move happened so quick, we are still bullish on the stock. We're not worried that it's a lamp pole position, a lamp pole move. meaning that it's a quick move. So some people might expect that move to fail because it happened so quick. But overall, we are also bullish on Anglo-American. And a stock that has a similar pattern to Anglo-American, it's Kumba iron ore. As you can see, we plotted this previous resistance level here to say that we are waiting for Kumba to break above this level, of which it did so, then it came back to retest this level. Currently, it's trading around 690 per share, which is above this retracement level. So we are bullish on Kumba as well. It's currently trading at an all-time high. So now we don't know how far Kumba is going to go, but at this moment we have a position there. Our stop level is just slightly below around 600 Rand per share. So we are going to hold this position for as long as Kumba iron ore is moving upwards. We are also bullish on the iron ore because we saw that last week copper and iron ore they broke levels. They started to trade at higher prices. First time it was trading on those prices. So we are bullish on this as well. And then the final stock that I want us to look at, it's a Rhodes Food Group. For those people who don't know this company produces food stuff such as thin stuff and juices. So I used to invest in this stock many years ago, but it had been on a downtrend for quite some time. So when I started trading, which was somewhere around October 2015. It was around this time when I started trading. So I had a bit of luck because I had the stock while it was going up before it started crashing. So ever since then, it has been crashing. Well, I don't know what happened on this day, but ever since that time, the stock has been crashing from a high of about 28 Rand per share to a low of about 10 Rand per share. And then now the stock is starting to give something that looks like a trend reversal. So that's the reason why we are interested in this stock now. Okay, so let me zoom in a bit. So if we look at the daily chart, we can see that Rhodes Food Group has been trading below the 200-day moving average, which has been acting as a resistance to the stock. But now with this previous bottom somewhere around 10 Rand, it had a bit of a recovery before finding resistance there on the 200-day moving average. Then it came back below that. But as you can see here at this level, this low is higher than this previous low of about 10 Rand per share. So the current low was around 11 Rand per share. And then the stock, it tried to trade above the 50-day moving average, of which it's a move that has been sustained because now it was sandwiched between the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. So if the price is trading between those two moving averages, we expect it to break in one direction, either above the top moving average, which in this case is the 200-day moving average, or to break below this moving average, which is the 50-day moving average. So what happened, Rhodes Food Group, in the previous weeks, they reported some good numbers. There's a recovery in terms of business, but as you know, we're not focusing on the business as much. We are only focusing on the chart. So what we see now, Rhodes Food Group is currently trading above the 200-day moving average. As we mentioned, that it's like it's starting a trend reversal. It's breaking away from that downtrend that it has been on since 2016. So we're expecting a recovery in this company. Therefore, we are going to take a small position here. So the way that we are going to trade Rhodes Food Group, we are going to buy anywhere this level. So today, Sunday, tomorrow it might be a better day for us to take a position here and then have our stop level just below this level near 11 Rand per share. So our target that we are looking at is this previous swing, which is somewhere around 15 Rand per share. And then ultimately we want to see the stock coming to retest these levels somewhere around 17 Rand per share. And also, as we said previously, that the stock it once traded around 25 Rand per share or so. In the long run, we would like to see that company to go back to that level. And as we can see here on TradingView, So there is here, they indicate when the company reported the revenue. So a company can report its financial result but not declare dividend. So like we see here in 2019, they did report earnings, but they didn't declare dividend. Then in November, they reported earnings again, or revenue as we call it in South Africa. Earnings is the American way of calling revenue. So in this case, they did declare this dividend of 27 cents per share, which is the gross dividend. So after separating that 20% dividend withholding tax, you get the net dividend. So we also saw that here they did report again their result, but they didn't declare dividend. Recently in November, the most recent result presentation, they reported some earnings and then they declared dividend that was paid in January. So what we see here from the chart is that the chart is telling us that something good might be happening in the company. So in the near future, we are expecting this company to continue to, whenever that they give out the result, we expect them to declare dividends so that the shareholders can benefit as well. So that's it for this week. It's just these four companies. The first one is Harmony Gold, which is supported by the gold itself. We are bullish on gold, therefore we are also bullish on this stock. We are also monitoring other gold companies. It's just that for now, as of today, it's only this company that meet our buy criteria. But as more other gold stocks, if they do meet the buy criteria, then we'll be reporting on those stocks as well. And then we're also looking at Kumba iron ore. Same, we're looking at it with Anglo-American. They are both showing similar chart patterns. They are trading at their all-time highs. So we also have positions in those two companies. And the new comeback kit that we last traded many years ago, it's a Rhodes Food Group. So we're expecting some good things to happen there in that company. So that's it for today. If you find value in this analysis, please click the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. And then if you enjoyed this analysis, please click the like button so that the YouTube algorithm can just spread this video as wide as it can. And then once again, we want to apologize about that streaming service that we couldn't have. We were really looking forward into that, but well, the network had other plans. So, well, we're not planning to try to do another streaming. We will see if in terms of the hardware and the internet connectivity, if we are doing okay there, then we can reconsider to have another streaming session. So yeah, that's it for today. Once again, thank you for coming. Don't forget to subscribe.